This video is to show you how to do an online application to Edinburgh College. You need to go onto the college website www.edinburghcollege.ac.uk. Once there, you can select the list of vocational areas for which the courses are available, and from this choose the ones which interest you most. In order to do an online application for the college, you need to have an active email account that you can access, and you will also need your Scottish candidate number and a note of the levels of qualifications you are taking and any that you have already gained. Once you have decided the area that course for which you wish to apply, you go into that part of the website by clicking on it. When looking at the course listings, you will see that there are little coloured squares which indicate where the courses are run. These are the different campuses of Edinburgh College. You should select the courses that you know that you can travel to. Sometimes a course is available at more than one campus. You can apply for up to 3 full-time courses in one round of applications, so it is worth checking whether a course is available at more than one place, and if it's somewhere you could travel to, you could apply to both the courses. There may be courses at different levels which you could apply for, so look at all of this and maximise your chances by applying for more than one course if possible. Once you have found the course that may interest you, you should click on the course title to get further information about it. The course information is available, giving you an overview of the course, what it's about and who it's aimed for. By clicking on How do I get a place, you will see any required entry qualifications. This might be National 4s, National 5s, Highers. It will depend on the level of the course. It also tells you about any other things that are required and involved in the application process. It may tell you about interests you should have, experience you should have. There may be an age indicator for the course as well. By clicking on What Can I Do Next, you get information on what you could progress to if you successfully complete the course. And finally, the What Will I Learn button gives you details of what the course will cover and what you should get out of the course. If all of this sounds good to you, you should click the Apply Now button and then click Apply Now. That will take you onto the online application system itself. If you haven't previously applied to college, you should click to register. Here you need to put in your first name, last name, an indication of how long you've lived in the EU or the UK. You put in your email address, repeat that, and then you create a password that you will remember for logging back in at a future date. Once you've done all this, you click Create User, and this will set up an online account for you and take you into the form. If you have an account already, you simply type in the email address and password for that account, and as usual, if you've forgotten your password, you can click to have a password link sent to you to the email you used when you registered. Once you are logged in, you go into the course applications area by clicking on course applications, and then you can create a new application. There are drop-down menus from which you select the course details for the course you are wishing to attend. This includes the campus, the study mode, most of you will be looking for a full-time course, and the actual course title. Once you have selected these, you should click on the floppy disk icon, which will save that information and avoid you having to restart should there be any IT glitches while you're doing your application. You then click on the forward button to go into. You will notice that as you complete each section of the application form, the red cross becomes a green tick to indicate this has been completed. The next part of the form is about your personal details, and for this it's a mixture of typing in the answers or selecting from a drop-down menu. The Scottish candidate number is the number on top of your SQA results or can be obtained from your school. Under emergency contact name, you should type in the name of the person the college should get in touch with should you be taken ill while at college, and their emergency contact phone number. And once you've done this, you simply click the floppy disk and move forward through the application. For the home address, you simply put in your home postcode. This will then allow you to select an address from a drop-down menu of addresses. You will need to add in your home telephone number or the number that the college should contact you via. And for most of you, your term address will be the same as your home address, so you simply click same as above. Again, you can give them a mobile telephone number by which they can contact you as well. And again, you should just save and move forward through the application. The next section is about how long you've lived in the UK or the EU. Many of you will have been here for more than 3 years. Your country of origin, of domicile, will be Scotland. That's where you're living currently, and you put in the number of years you've lived here as well. The next section is about caring responsibilities. If you're responsible for looking after somebody who, perhaps a relative who has a health issue, and you're responsible for caring for them, you need to indicate this in the drop-down menu selection here. Again, if you're somebody who's recently left care or you come from a looked after background, you need to indicate this. There are sometimes questions here on are you or were you on your 15th birthday in a looked after situation and so on, and these are things which for most of you the answer will be not applicable, but for some of you it may be you need to indicate your personal situation here. This is so that college can give you access to extra support should you require it. The next section is the Equal Opportunities page, and this involves selecting one of the options under each of the headings here to show that the college is not being prejudiced in the way it handles applications. So in each selection you do have the option of preferring not to say, or you indicate which of the answers is true for your situation. The next part of the form is very important. This is where you tell the college the educational background for yourself. You tell them the place that you've studied at most recently. For many of you this will be Musselburgh Grammar School. You also put in your intended leaving date. If you're planning to leave in the summer of this year, you need to put in 31/05/2015. If you already hold qualifications, there's a drop-down menu from which to select the level of qualifications you've already got. So if you've already achieved National 4s, National 5s, you indicate this by clicking on one of these options. If you haven't yet sat any exams or completed any courses, then you would put none. You then need to put in the details of the courses you're currently taking, as well as the courses that you've already taken and passed, by clicking on the Add New button here. This takes you into drop-down menus. So if you've already achieved English, for example at National 4 last year, you put in the details and save the changes. This starts a list of your qualifications. If you're taking English again this year, you put it in again. You put in the level you're taking it at this year. You put in the year you're taking it, And if you haven't yet got the results, you tick result pending and save the changes. You continue to do this, working through all the subjects you have, so that the college has a clear idea of what you've already achieved and what you could achieve from this year, which gives them an idea of whether you are a suitable candidate for the course for which you're applying. The next section is about learning support. You may have some issues which mean that you would like some extra support at college. If this is the case, you should indicate yes. If not, you tick no. And equally, they are interested to know whether English is your first language. For most of you, this will be yes, but for a few of you, it will be no. This allows college to perhaps offer extra support to you when you go to college to help with these kinds of aspects of your learning. A very important part of the college application form is the information in support of your application. This is where you need to write quite a lot about why you would be a good candidate for this course, why you have chosen the course, where you hope it will take you, for example, a career direction, or perhaps you want to move on to a more advanced course, having done a less advanced one to begin with. You should put in any work experience you have that's relevant, skills and qualities that show you're the right sort of person for this course. So this is a really important section. You can write up to 2,000 characters in this section, which is about the same as 26 lines of text. So please work to put in a decent amount of background information here so college can see that you would be a good contender for the course. The next section is about paying college fees. There's a drop-down menu here for you, and if your course is below HNC level, most of you will be applying for a college bursary fee waiver, and that's the option to select here. If you were applying for a course that was HNC or HND or above, there would be an option in this drop-down menu to say, I will apply to the SAAS for funding, and that's the one you should select. The next section is simply about how you know about college, so college is aware of how to market itself in the future. You probably know through school or perhaps from meeting your careers advisor, but there may be other of these options that are appropriate for you to select. Equally, it's asking where you got the course details from. For most of you, this will be the college website. Nearly at the end of the form now, and you need to indicate that the information you put into the form is correct. And then you can either agree to share information with Skills Development Scotland, which I would recommend you doing, but you do have the option of not sharing. The final page of the application is the submit page. Here you will get a list of anything that hasn't been completed correctly, in which case you need to go back and correct this. But once you get a green tick coming here to say that the other sections are all complete, then you can press the submit button, and this sends your application into the college. You should be aware of the other tabs which are here in the online application system. There is a communication tab, and this is where copies of any messages from college will be put. So if you for any reason cannot access the email you've used, you can log into your online application and you can look at communication there. You can also find out about bursary details once you have accepted a place at college, and you can monitor your applications and edit them in this section. So I hope that covers what you need, and good luck with your college applications.